What it do, y'all? It's your boy Ken Barker here at the Too Easy Podcast. I'm joined with my co-host.
CP, baby. You know me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But we got a certain one for y'all, man. We got an interesting one for y'all. So I mean, you guys heard us talk about industry a lot here on the Too Easy Podcast, and yeah, it's the main thing. Like industry, if you guys don't know, damn that rhymed because it flowed. Nah, my bad. Anyways,
Still trying to
uh,
go.
yeah, but but yeah. So industry is somebody that's famous and is like going through the industry, and regardless of whatever happens, she chooses the industry. She chooses the check over anything in her personal life. So that means she's a for the money, for the industry check, and that means being industry for just any movie deals, anything to make her famous, anything to give her more notoriety. Like she'll choose the industry before she chooses a husband or a family. Like you're a second option. And so we have a interesting one for y'all today. I don't like call. Oh no, I mean, my bad. But the ex husband of Halle Berry, I believe. What's his name? Let me see. Halle Berry. David Justice. That's his name. So let's see. So yeah, baseball player David Justice used to be with Halle Berry, and they had a relationship back in the '90s, and I believe they did get married, and so for years I remember hearing like bits and pieces of this story. Like, people would be saying that he used to beat on her. People used to just say he was just a horrible person towards her, and she deserved the man that she got after him, which ended up being like the worst thing for her because that man ended up beating on her.
The man
And,
after.
yeah, the man after him, if I'm not mistaken, that dude used to beat the mess out of her. And so, it was a messy divorce. It was a messy, anything public about that was just messy. And so for decades, David Justice never said anything. He's always been quiet. I haven't heard nothing about it in my entire existence. This is just before my time, and I've never heard anything about it. I'm sure you haven't either. And so it's crazy too because I was like, man, Halle Berry was married back then, man. And so, he was telling us, he was on the interview pretty much just saying how she wanted to be with him, and that she's the one that proposed to him, et cetera, et cetera. Like it was a whole thing. So I want to pull up the video or the interview. But before I do, what do you think about the situation? Do you think he's right? Even after all this time coming out and saying he pretty much defending himself because he was on the All the Smoke podcast.
Uh, let me see what he says. Let me see what he says.
Okay, let me see. I'm about to find it right now. Yeah, because he was on the All the Smoke podcast with I believe Steven Jackson and light skinned brother.
Yeah.
Let's see. Because everybody started talking about it, but they only brought out clips. So, only reason why we talk about it now, and the only reason why it's even relevant now, is because women are coming after David Justice now after his interview, got light, and so now they're coming after him and stuff. They're seeing clips and all sorts of crazy stuff. They're like, and a lot of them are just reacting to the clips. They're not reacting to the whole interview. So I
Mhm.
saw the majority of the interview, or the entirety of the part of him saying that was, she was kind of out of her mind. You know what I mean? So let me see if I can find the clip because it doesn't show me. It only gives me bits and pieces. It doesn't show me. Let me see if I could just go through the podcast and just find it. But yeah, overall, she was, out of her mind supposedly. And that's usually what happens with most industry women. So it's not the worst idea of him. You know what I mean? Okay, found it. I'm glad they do chapters. Shout out to the All Smoke podcast. So just found it. So here's him talking about their relationships with each other, and then I'm gonna play it. We're gonna watch it, and then we're just gonna come back to it.
Do what you do and keep playing.
Obviously learning and transitioning, but what was it like having personal stuff public, such as relationships and stuff like that? How hard was that back then? Because again, if there's some bullshit out there, you just kind of have to go with it because there's no real filter or, opportunity for you to speak your piece.
So I didn't really have any really real personal stuff until, Halle and I got together, you see. And of course, that was a lot of focus because back in them times, I can't think other than Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe. I can't think of anybody before that was us.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. I can't think of no one. And then Halle coming up young and being hot and just trying to make her career. And then you got me. And, it really wasn't a lot of negative.
God damn. Sorry about that.
Attention until I decided to leave her in 1996. I remember Halle saying to me, hey, she asked me to marry her after knowing me for 5 months. And I mean, I said, okay, but because I couldn't say no.
I mean, yeah, who's going to say no at that time?
And I said, okay, but I don't know if my heart was really into it.
Right.
But I didn't want to make her feel bad and say no, or like I was just in the moment. It caught me off guard. But I was like, cool, we getting along, we vibing. We're only 5 months in, we still in the honeymoon state. And then all of a sudden, that followed up. I met Halle in May of 1992. So you talking about, then we got married January 1st, 1993.
Damn.
Right. And, but we spent a lot of time apart because she was doing movies in this country, that country. And we honestly, we probably any major issues like that. It's just that because I was young and had only been in honestly one real relationship before her, my knowledge and my understanding, my wisdom around relationships just wasn't vast. So I'm looking at my mom, and I'm a Midwest guy. So in my mind, I'm thinking a wife at that time should cook, clean,
traditional,
and then I'm thinking, okay, if we have kids, is this the woman I want to have kids with and build a family with? And at that time, as a young guy, she don't cook, don't clean, don't really seem like motherly. And then we start having issues. Listen, we never I'll say this. We never had any issues about other women, other men. I mean, like I was never tripping when, I was tripping one time when she.
Hold on, I got one time I was tripping.
At one time, because I didn't understand it. When they're out to lunch in LA. And I remember I'm from Cincinnati, and I ain't even.
This is it.
And she see an actor that she worked with one time, and he came in, hey, kissed him on the lips.
Oh.
What are we doing around here?
Was he European or American?
Yeah, American.
What the fuck is going on here?
Oh, so I know this is going to be a conversation. So get home and I ask about that. Oh, that's what we do in LA. Oh, okay then. So now her manager and I used to go to this restaurant all the time. I had a young lady at the front seat us all the time. We went there so much, she became so friendly. We got the hugging her every time we come in. Hey, how you doing? Just regular hug. Take Halle and his wife to lunch one time. I said, Halle, this is such and such. This is Halle, right? Halle looked at that girl, saw how fine she was. Man, she gave it She gave her one of them, like barely touched her hand, right? Just played her crazy. I was embarrassed, bro. I was embarrassed. I was like, but wait, hold on. I just hugged the girl.
Right.
You kissed this dude, and you mad at me because I hugged the girl? So remember, we young. So, young, you get petty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You petty when you're young. There's things you just do that are petty when you're young. Well, anyway, the honeymoon stage was over, right? And now it's just David and Halle. And when it's just David and Halle, I just realized this is not the person I want to spend the rest of my life with. So February 1996, I told her, hey, I can't do this no more. We don't have any kids. You said you wouldn't want any money from me because really she didn't have any money. I was the one who bought the house in LA. I was the one who had my house in Atlanta. I'm really footing everything. And I said, you said you didn't want any money, so we don't have any kids. We should just make a clean break. And she was like, no, no. And then all of a sudden I find out I got all these women. I find out I'm doing all this other stuff. And so what she was doing is, see, I'm just an athlete. I don't have managers. I don't have this system behind me. You see, she got managers. She got all this kind of stuff.
She got the machine.
So you got the machine now coming against me. And I remember my mom saying to me, she was like, listen, baby, all the media want to do is see you two, you young black kids fighting with each other. She said, you just take the high road and let her say whatever she want to say, but I don't want you out here talking bad about that girl. My mama said this to me. I'm an only child, raised with just my mom. What my mom said was gospel.
That's wild. Hey,
so I said, okay, mom, I won't stop.
That's crazy, bro.
I'm telling you, it be your own family give you advice.
Don't talk about it. Mom, I love you, but you. I'm like, I love you, Mom, but you. Like, no, I'm not going to let this drag my name through the mud, go through all the publications and shit like that. You know what I mean? She could just go to any newspaper. Back then, it was the newspapers and the tabloids.
Yeah.
That would destroy a career. And so I'm like, nah, bro. Like, and it's crazy too. It's like women didn't even see the full interview. They didn't even see this full interview. And so it's crazy. Like, they're just taking that one clip where he's talking about cooking and cleaning. They didn't hear or see any of the other toxic shit she was doing.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with him wanting that. He saw a woman that could cook and clean. Well, he thought a woman that was a wife is the one that could cook and clean.
And this is before Halle Berry was Halle Berry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like,
she probably presented that in the beginning, maybe for a little bit. But after a while, he was like, "Oh hell no, I can't. I don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with this."
Nah, bro, it's crazy too, because I was seeing some tabloids. It was like, was David putting hands on her or some crazy stuff? There was some newspaper that I saw along with this on TikTok, and so all these women are going after this brother. It's like, bro, he can't say his piece. He's been quiet all these years. You know what I mean? This woman's been allowed to drag his name through the mud throughout the 90s and 2000s, and he can't say his piece? Y'all, on the real. But if you want to continue playing, it's almost done. I think it only have like 3 more minutes left, I think.
Told her like that in public. I might talk a lot of junk to the boys, but I ain't going to say nothing in public. And I didn't, man. I didn't. I just watched her say all this stuff about me, and I was like, and so crazy is the one thing that probably I would say hurt the most is Halle had a relationship with a gentleman who hit her on the side of the head, and so she lost some hearing, but she never made him public. And I'm not going to make him public because I ain't going to do him like that. I know who it is. But for people to think, it had to be David Justice because.
And the person they're saying that it could be was Wesley Snipes, because Wesley Snipes used to date her. And so she never made him public, but she drugged this brother through the mud, who just wanted a traditional wife. Drugged that brother through the mud, and he was paying for everything. This was before she became a superstar.
Yeah.
which is
and
crazy too.
she had all the LA, weak ass, bitch ass management to fucking do it.
Yeah, bro. Like they drug his name through the mud, and I was like, bruh, like you stink ass bitch. Like she wouldn't do it with the other guy, the guy that was be putting hands on. Supposed to be his Wesley Snipes, not confirmed, but hey, you never know. Like, but anyways, let's finish this. My bad. That'll be the last
Because
time
he was the guy she probably really loved.
She
The
probably
only
yeah.
person they associated her with
Was you?
was me.
Mm-hmm.
Now she said it was a former boyfriend. I'm not a former boyfriend. I'm her husband.
Right.
That's different.
Big difference.
But literally from 96 until even today, sometimes I'll see someone on social media. Well, he hit her in the head. And I'm like,
with Liberty Mutual.
That's messed up.
oh, that's just a quick Google search.
Yeah.
Do a quick Google search. That girl ain't never said I hit her in the head.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I didn't like is, but she let you think that.
Right.
She let the world think it.
That's tough.
She didn't come out and say,
That wasn't him.
oh, no, it wasn't David.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to say who it was, but it wasn't him. No, she let the world think that it was me. And that I never appreciated with her. I thought she was dead wrong for that. I thought she should have handled that better. And I always said like this, man, if I was so bad, you would think she would keep my name out of her mouth. She would be so happy I left, right? If I was so bad as a husband, she'd be like, whoa, I'm so glad he left me, boy. Because it ain't like it was hard for her to find a next dude, right? She kept my name in her mouth because she wanted to be with me. She wanted us to work out. You know what I mean? And I know now that I've gotten a lot older and I look back, I mean, it's been a long time since I look back on that situation, but when I probably got probably like in my 30s, and I was more mature, and I look back on that situation, and I'm like, that girl really, really did love me, and I can see why she would be so mad at me. Because imagine if you really love somebody and they tell you they want to break up and there ain't nothing you can say to get them back. That's had to be tough on her. I just wasn't emotionally mature at that age to really truly understand the magnitude of how she was really feeling. And I would have did things different back then too. I wouldn't have just, literally when I left her, I didn't even talk to her no more. Like, that is so, that like, I didn't even ease out. Hey, I don't want to be together no more. Gone. You see? I mean, I could have massaged that better, Matt. I could have. So back to the point of the focus in the media. Probably the best thing that happened to me is this was February 96 when I left her. I only played 6 weeks of the season that year. I blew my shoulder out. Okay. So I saved myself a whole year of fans just craziness. Burying me.
Because I was going to ask too, I mean, obviously people expect us to be superhuman. And when we go through real shit off the field or off the court, there's no excuse in our profession. So I was going to ask you, did it affect your playing at all? But you didn't really.
I actually started out great. I started the season great. I wasn't hearing too much junk on the road yet, but I'm sure it would have heated up, and I never, the only time that, listen, it became the thing that people would say to me on the road.
Yeah, he's saying the same shit over and over.
Yeah, but go ahead, big dog.
Yeah, man, I hate to say it, but damn, I feel like he was wrong in that situation. I feel like dog. Well, one, he is right. He did love that girl, and she, she loved him, and then he just out of nowhere kind of drew a blank on her. But I felt like there were signs. There were signs before the relationship. There were signs during the relationship. He chose to ignore the signs, and then shit just got too hectic.
Yeah,
shit just got too hectic, and he couldn't deal with it anymore. He couldn't deal damn, man, this bitch a hoe, or man, this bitch annoying.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing too. It's like, bro, like it's like you really got to decide whether, hey, am I gonna be with this woman and she doesn't want to take care of the house, do nothing, because he was with her before she got mega famous. She was still doing those small roles. Nobody didn't really know it was her. They just knew it was a pretty girl. That was it. And so I'm like, bro, like he's the one taking care of everything, doing everything. I mean, at least the least he could have done was did been a wife or something. You know what I mean? Like it's just women, and the thing is, women only saw that 1 minute clip. It was a 1 minute clip they saw. They didn't see anything else of her being pretty much crazy. Because you got to be crazy to do something like that. To let the tabloids label you as a woman beater and not say anything about it when it wasn't true, and let the guy who actually beat you get off on it. That's some cold blooded stuff. I'm like, no, bro, like no, that's some cold blooded stuff. Like, bro, either I'm hitting you or like, hey, come out and say the truth, or stop talking about it. And she, and from what he was saying, like she couldn't stop talking about him.
Yep.
But the thing is, karma's because now she's over here. Was she like 50 something and single, or with a? I don't even know who she's with now, but I know she lost her kids. She was with she ended up dating some racist guy and having a kid with him in France or something. Like she was over here smashing a bunch of foreign white guys. Like that was her thing. It was weird. And so she started smashing all these foreign white guys, and she didn't check to see if they was racist. She went on and made babies with them anyways. I was like, yeah, one of her baby daddies I think turned out to be racist or something. And then I think another one where she was drunk and abusive to him, and she lost her kids in the divorce. Like I don't even know how many times she's been married. She's probably been married 3 or 4 times. So it's like he really dodged the bullet.
Yeah, he did.
He really dodged the bullet. Like I mean, he didn't have to, if he didn't have to pay her anything in alimony and do any crazy stuff, especially in L.A. Like, hey, he got off the hook.
Yeah.
He really got off the hook. And so it's like, yeah, bro, like, this woman was, doing some weird things out in Hollywood. She was kissing married men, doing all this sorts of crazy shit. Like, it's weird out there in Hollywood. So it's best to get away from it and not to mess with a girl that's part of that whole situation.
Yeah.
Like, on the real, like, there's a lot of weird things that go on. Like, I saw a picture of the girl who plays Wednesday on that show Wednesday.
Yeah.
And they shaved her eyebrows off. I was like, what the? I was like, ugh. Like, is this what it's like to be in Hollywood? Like, no, not. This girl looks crazy.
The Ortiz girl.
Something.
She's
She's Jenny Ortiz.
Yeah.
Ortega.
Ortega. Yeah, she's Mexican.
Yeah, shaved eyebrows. Like I don't even keep up with this. Like I just see it randomly online, and it's crazy. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what this is. I mean, you guys let me know. But it's like this whole thing about Hollywood is just weird, dog. It's like we make it, dog. We got to make sure we keep our soul, man.
What the?
Like that's what she looks like now.
Damn, she look like a fucking demon.
For real, don't she? And it's this whole optics of trying to look like a demon. I know Doja Cat got heat for it a year ago.
Yeah, she's a devil worshiper. All you do is fucking devil worshiper. All your videos is devil worshiping. How are you not a devil worshiper?
Yeah, it's weird. Hollywood's weird, man. But another topic I do want to cover, hopefully we get to cover tomorrow. I want to cover that since we're talking about Hollywood and all the weird shit. I guess I want to talk, speaking of women, I guess I want to talk about the whole American Eagle thing. But, with the, what's the name? Sweeney?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
White girl with the big tits. Blonde girl, they're getting mad at her because something like that. I do want to cover something like that because I was seeing a whole bunch of it. Sydney.
I have no idea what you're talking
about. Sydney Sweeney. Okay, Sweeney. All right, just looked it up. I want to talk about that too. Like, it's just like, bro, like, go get a job. Like the things that people get mad about, I'm probably gonna cut this whole little piece out, so don't worry about it. But yeah, if anything we had time tomorrow, we'll probably cover it. But anyways, let us know what you guys think about the whole situation. I mean, do you think he's wrong for wanting a traditional wife, a traditional woman, and coming out years later after being labeled or having it insinuated that he's a woman beater for years, and him coming out and saying his piece? Was he wrong to do that, or was he right to say his piece? You let us know. But what do you think about it, partner?
Yeah, I think he's right to say his piece. I just felt like the way he handled the situation was kind of dumb. You don't get married to somebody
Yeah.
you don't like.
Yeah.
Now, granted,
Like I said, it's
yeah,
Halle Berry. I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie.
granted, it's Halle Berry,
It's
so
like,
she's going.
that pressure is gonna be real.
Everything that glitter ain't gold, man.
That's
Like
true though. That's true.
everything that glitter, he probably thought like he saw he saw the potential because I was there before. You see the
Yeah.
potential, you like uh I can make it work. I see the
Yeah,
potential.
that's
It's gonna get better.
exactly what it.
And then they slowly start to reveal
Yo.
themselves to you, and you're like, "Oh, when is it gonna get better?" And then you start to tell them, "Hey, these are the things that you're doing wrong," and then he start to manipulate you
Yeah.
and make it seem like you know what I'm saying. You trying to change, you trying to like change them, or you trying to, or they point out all the shit that you do wrong, and they say no,
Yeah.
nothing is better. And now they
Nah.
they wasted 3 years of their life,
Oh, excuse me.
1992 to 1993, when he asked for a divorce, or I don't know. But
Yeah,
either way,
somewhere around there. It's like
they
the
wasted a good 3 to 5 years of their life
yeah.
and got dragged through the mud the entire time. And then the worst part of all of it all, was the mom coming out with the advice that only she, like, that only
Yeah,
satisfied her.
yeah, man, that was horrible advice.
Yeah, so
It's
I
just
ain't
like a
gonna let
woman.
you drag me through the mud. Bitch,
Hell
you wanna look
no.
like OJ Simpson?
No, I'm fighting that. I'm like, hey, you got to prove that.
For
And
real.
so I'm like,
I guess back in
nah,
the
bro.
day, it was probably, it was a common thing. It was more of a common thing. Sadly, it was more of a common thing. So it really
Yeah,
wasn't that
man.
bad of a picture. Like nowadays, oh no, you get labeled that, come to get you.
Exactly. And so that's my thing, man. It's like the thing about it is, do not retract when they f you over. When you let people talk about you for too long, they ain't gonna retract all the stuff they said. They already went in too deep on the lie.
Yeah,
They're not gonna give up on the lie and make themselves look bad. And so it's like, nah, bro, like you gotta do it right then and there, because if you don't, you're gonna look bad and they're gonna make you out to be the villain.
yeah,
Or you can just die it out, wait for it to die out. But it's like, bro, you don't know what's gonna happen in that time span. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
You don't know what's gonna happen in that time span. Your career could be over. And so it's like, and the thing is, you could be innocent, but it's like, no, like they don't, like you could be innocent, but the thing is, the court of public opinion is always gonna outweigh what's right and wrong. You get what I'm
yeah.
saying?
You see Shannon Sharp, he was in the right, and look what
And
happened.
they're
Still
still
got
giving them
robbed.
hell. They're still giving them hell. They literally settled in court, and they both parties agreed that it was consensual. So what was the issue? No, they said no, f that. I'm
And
like, what was he
ESPN
supposed to
still
do?
fired
Fight it? He
him. Yeah,
literally settled just to go back to work and see about the job. You know what I mean? Like, why the f would they wait? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a stupid the way it was. Like, why didn't you just fire me?
if you're gonna fire me, just fire me based off the news. You get the news, fire me.
Yeah, don't have me on a hook, make it seem like I can come back. Like, no, just fire me. And so I don't know, man. It's just like it's crazy how people can come out and make lies about you, and they'll destroy your career, and they don't retract it. They don't ever see any punishment for it. There's nothing ever done for it. Like, it's crazy. If a just doesn't like you, they can actually destroy your life with lies. You know what I'm saying? Not saying it did, they destroyed Mr. Justice's life, but I'm just saying, like, bro, that's crazy. They could just come out and say the most random, raw stuff, and And it's like, bro, it's not true.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and to keep it real, I don't know if even David Justice is even telling the truth. I don't. But I know I've been in situations like that. Like, I've dated supermodels that are just batshit crazy. I've dated supermodels. I remember I was in Seattle when I was still a young buck soldier. What's called dating a fine supermodel, black and Asian, Blasian, fine.
Blasian.
Man, this girl was so fine, bro. Oh my gosh, dudes were so mad at me. I brought her back to the barracks. Dudes were so mad at me that I had her, and they were trying to message me while I was in the room with her. Hey, Barco, we might need you to go pick up some people. try to mess with me because they knew I was bringing her in.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, Barco, we need you to go pick up some people. I was like, I'm out of town, sorry. He's like, no, the fuck you're not. I was like, you're in that room with that. I said, you're in the room with that girl, ain't you? I was like, yeah. So I just, all right, make sure your room's popped open. So, yeah. I was like,
door's cracked. No, bitch.
Yeah, I'm not. We taking this girl to town. Either one, you want to hear it? You want to walk in on me taking this girl to town, or you want to mind your damn business? But yeah, nah, bro. I used to date a mother. Like, I would go to Seattle every weekend, go see this girl. Girl was batshit crazy, batshit crazy, and so it's like some of these girls just don't know what it's like to be with a regular man or a good man, and their mind doesn't compute properly.
Yeah.
And so that's why you see all these girls with these random dudes. You're like, what the like, why is she with this dude or that dude? And it's stupid. But yeah, bro, I've dated those girls like that look like that. And I'm telling you right now, a lot of them, most of the time, are batshit crazy. No joke. But goddamn, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. Your boy has to go ahead and do some business tonight. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank y'all. We're at 22,000 subscribers, y'all. I appreciate y'all. 22, the big 2-2. So yeah, I appreciate y'all on the real.
Let's keep cooking.
Yes, sir. And so now we're on the road to 25,000. So 3,000 more to go to get to 25,000, man. Let's make it happen. But anyways, until next time. Excuse me. Until next time, y'all. I'm gonna leave it all. You got anything to say, partner?
No, I'm good.
All right. It's been real. It's been raw. It's been too easy, y'all. Much love.